Okay, here's pickups I made yesterday while at the flea market. And actually, it's not really all pickups. It's a lot of it's trades and people who just straight out brought me stuff. Because I do that now. I have a lot of I give out business cards to pretty much everyone, even when they buy stuff from me, kind of like a receipt. And it winds up helping me sometimes because they realize that I buy games and they bring them to you to buy. Here we go though. I'm just going to dive straight into games. Now, I was actually kind of surprised when I went to this flea market yesterday. It turns out it was not my normal flea market. Normally, when at the flea market I go to, I don't get anything in terms of games. People just don't bring them. But this time, it was kind of like a community event. So there were people that just don't. They were having like a yard sale at the flea market, which was great because I was able to find fair amount of stuff, and I'm also lucky that I have people that while I'm shopping, they shop for other stuff, and I shop for them, and they shop for me, and if they see something I want, they give me the heads up. Anyway, for $1 a piece, I got this stack of PlayStation 2, Medal of Honor, Rising Sun, Star Wars Battlefront, The Punisher, really loose disc, Siphon Filter. To be honest, I didn't even really check to make sure they're in here. I don't always. Sometimes when I'm getting stuff really cheap, I'm not as careful when I buy. I don't. Because 90% of the time somebody's running up on you and they want to scoop the deal out from under you. Ultimate Alliance Special Edition Spider-Man, Resident Evil 4, Ghostbusters. I don't see that game around much. I'm sure it's not worth anything. Spawn, Armageddon, another one I don't see much, but I don't believe it's worth very much. Devil May Cry 2, Lego Batman, the video game, Constantine, based on the Keanu Reeves movie. Socom 3. I wonder if that's like Constantine's a good or bad game or horror. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Here's a game I never see. Resident Evil Dead Aim. It's probably only worth $8 or $10. And The Mummy. Again, it was like $1. It's normally a game I would not spend any more than that amount for because I consider it like a filler game that somebody might want for their collection, and they wouldn't be able to spend too much or want to spend too much on. Here's something else I never find. Sega CD games. I got these three. Case is cracked on this one in the front, but otherwise the cases are pretty good. The discs are actually pretty clean. And well, anyway, I got an amazing Spider-Man with the Kingpin, and I believe the CDs in there are really nice and clean. Even have like the foam protector pad. And I got a Sonic CD and an Echo Tides of Time. I paid. I don't know if I said I paid $110 for everything I got today or yesterday, and trades, which I didn't have to count any money for that. And I also spent an extra $60 on jewelry, but my wife took the jewelry, so you're not going to see any of that stuff. So anyway, an unusual find for me. Sega CD games. I don't get those very often. Here was my first awesome find of the day while I was there, and this turned out to be $1 a piece. And again, I rolled up, and they had all these PS2 games and the cards. Everything was $1, so I spent around $22, I think. I got 2 memory cards, 2 PS2s. I have a lot of PS2 memory cards now. I'm getting to the point where I just give them when somebody buys a system, so they can go home and start saving the games. Warzone, chess, Detective Barbie. These again are mostly filler, and PS1 games are slow sellers for me, but for $1 I don't really care. Warzone, SpongeBob SquarePants, Super Sponge, kids like that. Gex might have a little more value, maybe an $8 game. Resident Evil 2, one of the better games I found. I see both discs in there. Hopefully they're in good condition. CTR, Crash Team Racing. This game here will probably pay for the whole stack. Spyro the Dragon. It's probably a $20 game on Amazon. This is probably like a $12 or $15 game. Same here. Crash Bandicoot 2. Rugrats, Tokyo Highway Battle. I've not had that game, but it looks like a driving. Yeah, okay. Monsters Inc., Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, Toy Story. I don't think a lot of people are collecting PS1 games just yet. I mean, they're collecting certain PS1 games, but not a lot. Rugrats, Paris in the movie, Metal Gear Solid. And again, to be honest, while I was buying this, I didn't even check to see what condition the discs were, if they were complete or in there, because I'm just kept worrying somebody's going to roll up on me and try and stick their grubby paws all over like my deal. And I normally I wouldn't do that to someone, but there's not always that kind of etiquette. Pac-Man World, The Grinch. I think That's probably an $8 game, but I won't sell it for more. It's like it's not worth putting on Amazon. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Rugrats, and here's a different one. Walt Disney World's Quest Magical Racing Tour. Let me see. Yeah, it's in there. We shall see on that one. A different and unusual game for me to have. All right. For $10, I got this, and this is actually sticky. I don't know if you can see the gunk in there. I'm going to have to try and clean it. I wanted to take this off to see what was in there, but it's really sticky, so I'm going to have to carefully pry that off. Came with 2 controllers. The sticks feel good, and these games. But for $10, not counting the value in Elmo's Letter Adventure, or Toy Story 2, or Madden, which is little, came with a Mario Kart 64. I am way ahead of the game at $10. This was a pure trade, and maybe I threw in about $8 for what's here. This is something else. Okay, I got a Scooby-Doo Game Boy. I got a Shrek Swamp Kart Speed, whatever. And I got a Star Wars 2. I don't believe any of these, the original trilogy, have any value. Super Nintendo, original Super Nintendo controller. And then I got a PlayStation 2 Big Race USA. Probably a common. G2 Gran Turismo, definitely a common. I got a Dr. Mario. It has the instruction manual, but it's not in great condition. I paid like $3 and $3. And, you know, the cases are worth $1, but you got to put them on eBay, or you know. And the games are probably, this one's probably worth $6 to $8, and this one's worth $5, you know. And the manuals are probably worth $1 or so. I'll give them to my friend though. He lots of stuff, puts on eBay. Hello, Combat Involved. And then I got a couple of GameCube games, Sims, and this is probably a $5 to $8 game now, and The Sims Busting Out, same deal. And then I got an Xbox Call of Duty. This is pretty much a pure trade, and I think I threw in about $8 for what was left over. Moving on. This was over, I paid $1.50 a piece for these games over a trade, and this was the trade. I'll show you what I got in trade in a second, but I'm just going to hammer through this stuff. This is all pretty common stuff. Avatar, Tetris, Asteroids. These are filler for my table. I have a $4, 2 for $7, 3 for $10 table, and then if I sell the games for like even $3, sometimes even $2, I'm still coming out ahead at $1.50. Looney Tunes Trouble, Simpsons Road Rage, Namco Museum, Frogger. Let me just go down this way. SpongeBob SquarePants Movie, Shrek 2, Shrek, Rican, whatever, Harry Potter, blah blah blah, Namco Museum, a Pac-Man collection, Ren and Stimpy Space Cadet Adventures, Attack of the Toy Bots. Sometimes I'll price these a little bit higher at the flea market if I think it's interesting, even though it may not be worth a lot on Amazon. Pitfall: The Lost Expedition. It doesn't mean I'll get it or it'll sell quickly or anything, but I like to have a mix of prices. You know, just Frogger's Adventure, Bust-a-Move 4, Godzilla, Monster Wars. That's probably a fun game. Spider-Man 2. And FIFA. Okay, so I paid $1.50 for those. I don't know how many are there, but I think I bought 30 of them. I just rounded it. I said I'll take 30. He had more, but I was trying to hold on to some money. Okay, this is trade stuff. I got a PS2 controller, Lego Batman, Tigger's Honey Hunt, good PS1 starter game for kids, and the PS2. I got a Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm going to have to try that. It's a little scuffed. Then I got a Bionicle Heroes, Jax 3, Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I'm actually testing a lot of PS1 and 2 games today, so this is perfect for me to make sure they work right away. Frogger, Spy Hunter, Spider-Man, and PlayStation 2 Namco Museum. And I also traded for some CDs. Nothing great here. I paid like 50 cents a piece. I kind of didn't really want them, but I was just buying them to be nice. And then continuing on with the trade, I got some more PS2 memory cards. Looks like I got about 5, 6 of them. These I can sell anywhere from $4 to $8, normally in the $4 range. And a lot of times lately, I just throw them in, sweeten the deal. So I don't even want to pay more than like $1 or $2 for them anymore. This is part of the trade. Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly, another Space Cadet Adventures, Ren and Stimpy, Monsters Inc., SpongeBob SquarePants. Good games for kids. I got a lot of little kids. Harry Potter. I wish that the new Game Boy, the DSi's, still let the kids play the Game Boy Advance games, but they don't, so it's like whatever. Toy Story 2, Disney Tarzan, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Golden Quackers, Bratz, Rocky. Rocky I never see. It's probably not worth anything. Racing 3, Winnie Pooh Adventures, Cats, Another Ren and Stimpy, Tetris, Space Invaders, and Centipede classic games. Okay, finishing up on what I did get yesterday, and again, I'm not showing the jewelry that I got because I don't have it. My wife put it right out to sell it. I got this TV, $20, and it has old school, and you can't see it, but it came with a remote, the plug, and it has the old school. Oh, also it's a DVD player, so I was really happy with this. My TV, I'm having problems with the AV. And then we got what is supposedly a Fendi beaded purse. We don't know if it's legit or not. We paid $20. You know, it's got a Fendi zipper. I don't know if that, you know, somebody just put it, hey, I'll just put a Fendi zipper on. It seems to match. I don't know if Fendi makes purses like this, so we shall see. $20, doesn't matter. It's a really nice beaded purse. If it's not legit, it can be worn as a purse. I don't know if people are bootlegging purses like this or just throwing Fendi on everything. The name of it. Here's a hoop. I've had this before. I paid $8. This is probably worth $25 to $30. I'm not going to make much on it. I don't think it's worth more than $30. I'm almost positive it's not, but whatever. I had a bunch of hoop before, so we shall see. And here's something you don't normally see. This is a micro mosaic frame. If this were a large one, this would easily be worth like $100 or more on eBay. It is a small one. I don't know what my wife paid for it. I imagine it's worth like less than $20. But yep, that's everything.